So yeah, as I was saying, I guess they're good. I guess they're pretty good.
Pretty good little basketball team up there.
Plucky little team we've got on our hands. 49-27 at the half. We've seen a little bit of everything from a few guys. Is what are the immediate takeaways from this game for you guys?
I think early on, my immediate takeaway was that, I mean, the defense that we saw in the second half against Arizona State probably is more the anomaly than the rule. I look, UMass Lowell had a good little scoring run there. I think at the end of the half, not necessarily like a run in terms of whatever to whatever, but they scored quite a few buckets. A lot of them were tough. You had the weird turnover by Nolan Hickman, where he came away with like a gimpy shoulder or a stinger in the shoulder or something. It looked like. I'm not too worried about the defense. I think the first 15 minutes of that half, the defense looked fantastic. We got first half Caleb battle points, which was nice. Ben Gregg looks good. EK looks fine. Like this is a team. Nolan Hickman looks. I mean, this is the second game where he's looked like the best player on the floor. Um, all around, I think it's been a fantastic half. They didn't play with their food this time.
No, the like if you look in kind of into the advanced analytics for most of that game, UMass Lowell was scoring zero point 0.4 points per possession. They ended the half at 0.71. Like there was a real chance that they were not going to get to 20 points in that first half. And Gonzaga was turning them over too, which is not something we're used to seeing. They had 14 turnovers in that half, and most of them were forced. It wasn't just like horrible errors by UMass Lowell. Like Caleb Battle a couple times defensively was able to recover. Like he made the aggressive play and then he recovered and he still forced the steal. That's just stuff we're not used to seeing from our perimeter defense at Gonzaga.
Guys, Ryan Nemhart's got 5 assists and 0 turnovers in the first half again. Like,
That's slow. That's behind schedule from 11-1.
Yeah, so what that makes him 26-2 on the season. Yeah.
so far so good. Maybe actually the best point guard in the country, pure point. Mm.
So Gonzaga has 5 guys with assists too.
Yeah, the ball is moving. I mean, credit goes out to UMass Lowell for scheduling this game and wanting to like put that challenge in front of them. But yeah, 11 assists for 17 field goals for Gonzaga, 6 for 13 from three. Nolan's got 4 of them. It just seems like a total team input so far. What do you guys make so far of the impact of having Ajayi in the starting lineup versus having Ben in the starting lineup?
I like it from the perspective. I mean, Ajayi's leading this team in rebounds, right? Like his rebounding has been awesome in this game, and it gives Ben the opportunity, I think, to come off the bench and be just a little bit more of just a scoring pop kind of guy. He went 2 of 4 from the floor, played pretty well. He had a couple of rebounds himself, but I think Ajayi. I mean, they were at their best defensively, obviously, with Ajayi on the floor. And I also think from a rebounding perspective, Ajayi's just been a monster. I mean, the past 3 games, just been a monster on the boards.
It gives you a little bit more athleticism too. He's just a better defender, frankly. Like there was a really nice play that he made where he just like they were in the pick and roll. He saw that Graham Ike kind of got caught up and was a little bit late, tagged the roller, allowed Graham to get back, and then got out to his guy because he got it and he was able to get a stop. And like just those little things, Ben's just a little bit slower. That's not something that he's as good at. And that's just like a huge added piece to Gonzaga's defense where now you have like 2 guys that are plus athletes in the starting lineup, whereas, Ben's average, whereas Ajayi gives you just another plus athlete with Caleb.
And it's just like a whole nother showcase of Gonzaga's ability of like when they're making threes outside and just owning the glass, they're just gonna boat race teams all season with that model. Like if they're able to shoot close to 40%, It's going to take a lot to beat this team from in just in general.
Yeah. Also, when you shoot 46% from three, it's gonna be pretty hard to beat Gonzaga. You just you have no choice.
So
Is there that much to say? I'm like, it's hard to be like, what do we even say about this game? It's just like they're just kicking the shit out of a team that, frankly, against most top five teams, like what have we seen with Alabama? Like, obviously today maybe they're not as good as we thought, but it's like this team is what 10 spots below what McNeese is in Ken Palm, and McNeese almost beat Alabama. Gonzaga is like absolutely handling.
and we learned so much from Arizona State playing Grand Canyon and the fact that like that's actually maybe a legitimate Big 12 team that won't finish in the cellar.
Yep.
And it seems like yeah, Gonzaga is further along than these other top 5 teams in the country. They maybe don't have as far of a distance to get to their ceiling as those other teams do. Um, but I think that we still haven't like really cracked this team at its apex either.
No, not at all. And you're not even seeing like Gonzaga on the defensive end, I think is where like this team needs to put all of their energy and effort in. Like this isn't even an overhyped, like super aggressive Gonzaga defense that's putting a lot of intensity in. They're just like playing good basketball, making the right rotations. When they're going to play against these higher level opponents, you're going to see more intensity on that end. It's not just like this is effort. This is just smart, good defense.
Yeah, and I mean, like the one player on UMass Lowell that I think has actually been playing like a net positive for UMass Lowell has been Cam Morris, which like credit to him. It's not a huge 3-point shooter. He shot a good percentage last year, but not on a ton of attempts. Um, he has a 3-point.
I mean, like the fact that the two main offensive hubs for UMass Lowell having 5 turnovers apiece in the first half kind of tells you everything. And again, these aren't like lower classmen. These aren't guys who transferred down. These are guys that are like supposed to be all conference players in their conference. And like, yeah, the American East in Vermont isn't necessarily like going to blow your doors off, but the whole read of this game was Gonzaga is this is an opportunity for Gonzaga to showcase that they're able to dismantle and soundly beat a team that they should beat that won't beat themselves.
Exactly. Well, their assist to turnover ratio, have you guys looked at that yet?
Yeah. Oh,
14 turnovers and 3 assists.
yeah.
Ryan has more assists than the entire UMass Lowell team does.
And this UMass Lowell team is like actually a pretty competent team in terms of moving the basketball around. They're
Right.
so far early in the season, they're middle of the pack in terms of assists per field goal made. Traditionally speaking, they're usually hovering around that area too throughout the time that Pat Duquette's been there, but. Yeah, I don't know. What do you hope to see in the second half?
I think just more of the same. I would like to see like Innocenti get some more minutes, and like find some cohesion. Ben Gregg would love for him to hit a three. Like
Yeah,
get going from outside, see the ball fall a little bit would be nice. And then just like more on the defensive end. I don't want to see it drop off and all of a sudden UMass Lowell scores 40 points this half. Like
can
they
can
should.
Braden Huff score 16 minutes or 16 points in the second half? Can we get him to 20?
I don't see why not. If they
Yeah.
want to, yeah.
I mean, it's been so hard because the guards have been so good on the perimeter for Gonzaga.
Yeah.
That, like we talked about coming into this game, we wanted to see the ball go into the post, and it was early, and then the guard. I mean, they were just getting quick open looks. So
Hey guys, who has a higher rated offense than Ken Palm? UMass Lowell or San Diego State?
Oh my god.
Well,
The answer is UMass Lowell.
Yeah, I
It,
was kind of picking that up.
yeah, yeah. So like, yeah, don't underestimate what this actually like means. Like, this is a very, very, very good performance.
especially when we're seeing a team like Arizona give up 50 plus first half points
To
to a team like
Wisconsin,
Wisconsin. Like holding a pretty solid mid-major offense below 30 points is just a good sign, especially given the fact that they were hitting some tough shots late in that half.
What would John Rothstein's little blurb be for Greg Gard? Like Greg Gard, he'll unlock the door for you. I don't know. They're coming back out to warm up still, so I guess we have some time to talk about this. Do we have instant reacts to Purdue Alabama?
I think that game says a lot about Purdue. I think it says more about Alabama.
I am Billy Zane holding Connor's child EJ yelling, "I have a child! I have a child! Get me off of the Alabama boat! I have a child!" It's over. I'm done. I will. I don't even know, man. Like that team does not inspire a lot of confidence the rest of the way.
Hero. I mean, where is the Mark Sears that we saw last year as just like the truly dominant guard that was score first, that was going to get 20 to 25 a game, could go off for 30 if he needed to. He was going to get 20 shots, and he was going to get you just really good offense almost every single time. It was like you would watch and you're just like, where is Mark Sears? Or is he even in the game? I don't know what's going on there, but
I think it's teams know this year that like Mark Sears is the offense. Like from just a playmaking perspective, Mark Sears has to be the offense. And so Purdue was content with letting Philon score. What did he have? 19 or something in that game. Like they were content with that, but taking away the most explosive player on this Alabama offense. But Alabama also just couldn't stop Kaufman Wren at all.
No. The defense has me worried. Like, because that's not so. Here's the thing: it's not just communication and helping out your teammates in like recovery. That was like through. They had no answer. They had no answer to like limit TKR, who like I feel like the conversation for the beginning of the season has been, okay, TKR can only beat you in so many ways, and like he's limited in the ways he can beat you, and there's nobody else around him to like make it so you can't advantageously try to take that away from him. So I don't know, man. Apologies for my doubts to Sleepers Media for their take that Braden Smith isn't a point god. He's pretty damn good.
I mean, he's really good, but it's not like he was like unbelievably efficient in this game.
Yeah, we're watching the best point guard in the country right now.
Yeah, we are. But like, yeah, I mean, it's just like it's just shocking from Mark Sears to just not show up,
disappear. Yeah, and
He
like
totally act, which I don't expect from him.
Who steps up offensively for Alabama? Like if they're going to be a title contending team, and we have not seen that in a single game they played this season. Who is it? Is it Chris Youngblood? Is it just like, hey, if Youngblood comes back and he's God, we have a chance?
No, it's got to be Philon. I think.
Can he? Yeah,
because Reitzel is like pretty one dimensional.
Correct. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Reitzel is one dimensional. Aiden Holloway, I just don't really believe in. Maybe Youngblood, I guess, but there's not a lot of. Also, like Jaren Stevenson, get him out of the game. He's not that good.
Time to burn that red shirt, Houston Millette.
Yeah, seriously.
Houston's got to drop like 15 a game.
How many times did Alabama whip it around to the corner to a wide open Jaron Stevenson and then to just complete brick? I mean, it was just like with a decent shooter, it's a very different game. He goes 0 for 4 from 3. So
well, he only had one good shooting game really last year too, and it just happened to come in the tournament.
I know.
And then the book was written on him ever since.
Yeah, no, I've got a bookmark tweet from one of our buddies that rhymes with John Paul about how elite Jaron Stevenson is.
That's my favorite bit. Is that just saying his name rhymes with John Paul? Okay, well, the game is starting up again. The second half is back in action. We're going to reconvene after the game and talk more about this game and the other games around the country. Thanks, everyone.